Hello everyone, it's Jamie and welcome to my video all about toilets. And I realise that this doesn't sound like the most appealing video, but hopefully it will be. Needing to pee or take care of any other toilet matters in a public bathroom was something that I found really uncomfortable earlier in my transition, particularly when I was pre-T. So here are just a few things that I went through and I'm sure quite a few other trans guys can relate to with going through the same processes when it comes to using a public toilet. And some of them are still things that go through my head now, but just not nearly as much as they used to. So first up is being pre-T and not always read as male and not quite knowing which toilet you should use because of that. Even before I came out as trans, I was starting to feel really uncomfortable with using female toilets. And I would get stared at a lot, and somebody once even ran out and got a teacher because they thought there was a boy in the girls' toilets. But then when I came out and I started using male public toilets, I felt like people looked at me funny there as well. And although I always felt like I should be using the men's toilets, and I always did actually use them, but it was always something that was so uncomfortable for me. So at this early stage in transition, on the occasion where you're so desperate in public to go to the toilet, you just have to use one. It can be a little bit confusing to know which one is the safest and best option for you to use.
Oh, need to pee. Oh. Should I? But I want to. I don't know what to do.
Number 2 is going super out of your way to find that one gender-neutral toilet that you know of, which gets rid of any confusion about which toilet you use, and also any confusion from people who may see you in there. In the communal bit, not the stall. That would be a little bit weird. You might know of one gender-neutral or even unisex toilet at your school, your campus, in your local town, and it turns into something like a holy grail for you because it's the only one that you just feel completely comfortable to use. But typically it always seems to be the furthest point away or completely on the opposite end of campus when your need to pee drops.
Okay, so where is this gender-neutral toilet? Alright, I'm here. Got to go through here, through the Valley of Death. Ah, over there. Okay, let's go.
Number 3. So if you're not comfortable using an STP, or you're just not comfortable using a urinal and you want to use the stalls when you use a public toilet, what I found out after I transitioned and stopped using the female toilets and used the men's toilets is that men's toilets typically have way less stalls in them than the women's, because it's mostly like a row of urinals, and quite a lot of the toilets I've gone in have like 1, maybe 2 stalls. There's a few where there's like a whole row, but they're generally like big toilets. And it can be a little bit awkward if you go in and that one stall is occupied. It's quite a busy toilet, you're standing there waiting, and there's a whole bunch of guys coming in and out using the urinals. Now, no one's going to think anything of it, and if they do, they just think you're pee shy or you need to poop. But knowing why you're standing waiting to use a cubicle is what makes it uncomfortable, or certainly for me. I always felt very self-conscious, and it's like, oh, I know why I'm waiting in this line. I know they don't know, but I'm just being kind of irrationally paranoid about this. It can also be particularly uncomfortable if it's taken you quite a lot of time to build up the courage to use the men's toilets in the first place, which is what happened to me a couple of times earlier on. It was kind of, I wanted to keep my head down, in and out, but then the stall was being used and I had to just stand there and wait. Yeah. Quite often I would just turn around and walk back out and hold my pee in. Yeah, I couldn't really figure out a way how to appropriately portray that scene in sketch form. So no sketch for that one. Finally, meanwhile, in some places, this can be the reality of using public toilets for trans people.
Oh, bloody bathroom bill.
Get out!
Anyway, that's everything I have for you today. I hope you like this video and it could be somewhat, I don't know, entertaining, informative, whatever. But yeah, as always, thank you so much for watching. I will see you next week. Bye!